Hey there. Welcome back to my live stream. Welcome back to my Twitch channel. All that fun stuff. How's everybody tonight? This is the 7th day of Dragon Age Inquisition. Exciting. It's very loud for me today. I don't know. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. As I said before, we're playing Dragon Age Inquisition. This is the 7th day of me playing this game. We are planning on continuing every day game until the Veil Guard releases. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it by then. I think I will. I think I'm making pretty good pace. I'm taking my time exploring and gathering XP and doing all the quests that come across. Normally that would probably annoy me, but I'm a side quest type person, so like, yeah, so I am the one that doesn't mind doing the meaningless grinds along the way. Anyway, some new occurrences, maybe. Hold on for a second. Let me just... I'm way too comfortable. Okay. So, a few new occurrences. Slightly. Maybe. I don't know. I was kind of not bothered, but a bit like concerned that I might have jumped the gun yesterday when I was playing. When we went to rescue the Templars from their own Templar commander, seeker, whatever his name is, Lucius. I think I might have misread. I think I might have not understood the gravity of the situation, and did not realize that I would be locked out of certain content. And so I was just like doing a little bit of reading, not too much. I didn't want to get spoiled or anything like that, but yeah, so I don't know. As much as I don't really regret helping the Templars out and saving them from a demon possession of their leader, and maybe using the organization to help us against that breach up there, I did not feel like I think I should have given the mages a chance. At least I just went right to it because I saw, ooh, quest, let's do it. So I think I should have given them a chance, and we did meet Fiona at Valroyo. And she did tell us to go to Redcliffe, and I wanted to go to Redcliffe, right? So I wanted to return to Redcliffe to see what that was about. So I wanted to at least do that. So I backed up a bit. I save scummed. I don't even feel bad about it. The reason I don't feel bad about it is because I don't have a lot of time to play this game until the Veilguard comes out. So I wanted to do this right the first time around, I guess. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, let's get back to game screen. I'm pulling my little blanket down. Okay. So yeah, I save scummed a little bit. I went back to just, I believe the last time I saved might have been after Valroyo. So I went back to Valroyo. We went back to the hinterlands. We picked up Blackwall. We picked up Vivienne, of course, too. And then, yeah, so I think before we could do anything else, like, we were going to pretend like the Templar thing was a whole fever dream. As fun as it was. But the unfortunate thing is that we don't get Cole, and I think Cole was an interesting, super interesting character. But maybe just as a daily shelf, I just did not feel like he would really jump into helping the Templars right away. Because, you know, historically, the Templars haven't been great to people who are not part of the Chantry, right? So, I don't know. I kind of feel bad about that. I kind of feel bad about the fact that we don't have Cole anymore. But, you know what? I'm going to give myself the chance to take a look at the mage, see what the mages are about. If I don't like them, then I think what I could do is I could go back and, because I have my save. I still have that save from where I left off last time. So maybe I'll do that. Anywho, we're running around here. Let's go into the chantry.
Walk in peace.
There's a head in there. Oh, that would be Vivienne, wouldn't it? Yeah.
No sky maker. You were the sky.
Oh.
I met an elven mage earlier. Solus, I believe he was called. I admit I was surprised. I didn't expect to find mages among the Inquisition. Tell me, why were you at the Divine Conclave?
Shall we tell her? This chaos harms everyone.
The war benefits no one. It must end, and order must be restored.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
And you'll help decide?
That's why you wanted to be here. To have a hand in deciding that fate.
Wouldn't you? For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
No one should have that power.
Nobody should claim to know the will of the Maker. Not me, and not the Chantry.
Perhaps nobody should. But if no one leads the way, many will be left behind in darkness. I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you.
You could keep me if you like.
Yes?
I want to help the Circle. Well, tell me about the Circle.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
Wasn't the Circle disbanded?
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
Oh. Shouldn't you replace Fiona then?
If you lead all the loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
So she wants the Circle back so she could take power. It's always politics with people, right? So what was Circle life like?
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
Investigate. And what about your experiences?
So tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And mages need the company of other mages. No one else can truly understand the challenges we face, nor see the world as we do.
Was confinement hard?
You must have been under constant supervision, being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere.
Not you, because you have
Most
privilege.
circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive. Perhaps too permissive, in retrospect.
So how did the rebellion start?
How did we come to this state with the circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new
That was Anders.
fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Do you know Fiona?
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job.
And this is why Rossé's coming.
She could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
Were they justified?
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
Mages are fighting mages.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
Because some people want to stay with the circle.
It was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels.
Never mind.
Yes?
I don't think we're gonna romance Vivienne at this point. Oh, tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Well, where are you from?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
And how did you become a courtier?
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
Mm-hmm. So you married a duke?
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
Oh, Jesus. What is a court enchanter?
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Okay. Never mind. Alright, let's continue. I think,
don't know if the Gereon can get you that many healing drafts, Revered Mother.
Nope, that's not where I wanted to
Tell
go.
me no.
Yes, Revered Mother.
Master Lavellan, do you have a moment?
Uno momentos.
Hello? Can I help you with something?
No. I need to turn in some research here. Okay. Okay. How could I help you, Madam Josephine?
Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not precisely, but I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
Why?
Is something happening?
Not at the moment. I only wanted to make sure. If we're to convince the world that Andraste's herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support. Stories of wild Dalish elves have grown even
Hi,
more
Plumberry
outrageous than
Muffin.
people learn of you.
Heading up to bed to rest a bad headache. I hate headaches. I get them too. But hopefully you get better. And thank you for coming by. Thank you very much. But I really hope you get better. Take some painkillers. Get some rest for sure. Give me an example.
How have the rumors gotten worse?
I would prefer not to repeat them.
Give me something.
Stealing children, selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants for blood magic. Those are the stories about your fellow Dalish. I won't repeat what they've said about you.
Oh, those stories are nonsense.
Why not claim the
Here's
date and
hoping.
steal your breath or turn into dragons while they're at it? Now that I've said that out loud,
You can feel it in my eyes, headache. Oh, I hate those.
I will see what the Inquisition can do to contain the slander. It may help if I know more about how you and your clan lived.
Having a pretty good evening so far. Yeah. I had a really, really busy Sunday. Just kind of chilling and doing everything you do on a Sunday. Like all the housework, laundry, meal prep. It was kind of hectic, so I'm kind of looking forward to just sitting down and playing this game today. But yeah. I feel ya on the headaches. I've had this bad sinus kind of cold for the past couple of days. So first couple of days I've had a really bad headache. I had to stay home from work and everything. So I totally understand that. Yeah. Poorly. I was happiest in the forest through hard work. I say not so different from humans, maybe? I don't know.
The human towns we traded with ate the same food and suffered the same weather we did. The main difference was that they had homes while we wandered.
That...
It's
must
still a
have been
home situation.
difficult. Still, you must miss your clan.
I miss you. Ooh. I think it's mostly past. Yeah, I'm still like, you know, how colds go. It still kind of lingers and everything, but I'm fine. It's just cold, right? Yeah, so. And I definitely hope your headache passes. I get migraines too, so, oh. I think headaches are the worst. Do I want to romance Josephine? No, I don't want to romance Josephine. Very much so. I kept him, I would say like, yeah, he's close to his clan.
All my friends are there. Before I came to the Conclave, the clan was my whole world. I'd like to see them after everything is done.
I hope you get the chance. Whether you're with them or not, being the clan of the Herald of Andraste will mark them in history.
I'm wondering if that's what this is. I'm hearing has been sensitive for a couple of days leading into today, and tonight has been extra sensitive. Sounds like a migraine, but I'm no doctor, so don't take my advice. But yeah, that sounds migraine-ish to me. I would actually say like being in front of a computer right now is probably not the best place for you if it is a migraine, but you know what? I do the same thing too. Yeah. Being the clan will make them in history. I'm not the first famous elf. Well, no, you're not. I would say I worry about that. Yeah.
Elves and fame tend to go poorly together. The clan doesn't suffer for it.
We can make inquiries as to how they fare if it worries you. Perhaps the Inquisition could lend a hand.
Perhaps the Inquisition could lend a hand. Listen, look, okay, looks. Yeah, sometimes you just need to be on the computer. I get it. Totally get it. I think they're done here. I'll go into the War Council in a little bit. You should be heading off to bed. I hope you have a good night. Yeah, it must be late for you. But yeah, have a good night. Get some rest. Take care of that headache. Painkillers, hydrate, all that fun stuff. We'll all be here in the morning. That's Vivienne.
Hey, don't worry. We sell to you lot too. Your people would stop this war if you just stop selling Lyrians to everyone. Sure, that could...
Your emotes are so cute. There's a person sitting in the snow over here. I want to go talk to Varric quickly and then Solus.
Need something?
No, he doesn't have anything new to say. Okay. So we, as I said before, we safe scummed a little bit. We helped out the Templars yesterday, but then I realized it was kind of a bad situation. And maybe I was hasty. Just a little bit hasty. So let me come back to... We're going to go to the Redcliffe today.
Walk safely.
Go in peace, Herald of
I did all my inventory stuff off screen. Like this morning, I took a couple, I took a little bit and I just, like I said, I went to pick up Blackwall. I went to pick up Vivienne. I went to do that Carta dungeon. And now I want to go to Redcliffe. Because I've always wanted to go back to Redcliffe. That was the plan all along. Okay, so Memories of the Grey. So we need to pick up these camps and stuff. Okay, Captain of the Chargers, Inquisitor's Path. Okay, so this is the quest that we totally ignored. Grand Enchanter Fiona, leader of the Mage Rebellion, has offered an alliance with the rebel mages at Redcliffe. Travel to Redcliffe and make contact with the mages. Alright, we'll do that. Okay. Wait. Did we get more stuff? Special shipments. Is that it? No? That was odd. Sorry, 1 second. How do I do this again? Inventory. It's just been yesterday. Did I get anything new? Balanced winged longbow. I also sold a bunch of stuff too, including all those valuables. I read up on it. A lot of them aren't important unless they were colored gold. So that should help my inventory woes.
Walk safely, Herald of Andraste.
Why does that sound like a threat? Are you threatening me? It does Cullen and Cassandra have anything like? Hello, Cullen.
Was there something you needed?
Are you with me? He's kind of, I don't know. I'm so tempted. I don't know yet. I don't know who I want to romance yet, though. Why did the Templars leave?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
Well, what changed?
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
And in that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed. I may disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of that. I sympathize with their frustrations.
Investigate. Well, tell me about Templar life.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Well, why did you become a Templar?
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars as our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
That's not very old.
13? It's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
And what about your family?
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course. But there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
And what do Templars do?
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
And what do you think of mages?
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
You lived in this circle?
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical.
It was part of the mage origin story, apparently.
Fell apart. Nothing.
I did not play a mage origin story, so I didn't know.
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
I would imagine, from what I know, if I played a mage in Origins, a human mage, I believe, that he would mention something about being part of the hero of Fereldan's story. Do you not speak to the mages?
The Templars and mages never speak to each other.
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
How are Templars trained?
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Pavus. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy it?
Did you enjoy your training?
To learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the chant of transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. And I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Well, tell me about their vows.
The Templars take vows. I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages, that sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you'll give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
Very loud here. That was all. Everybody
All I
keeps
wanted to know.
fighting.
Thank you.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Okay. I might consider flirting with him later. I don't know. Cassandra, do you have anything new to say?
Occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Ooh, she's asking about us.
To know.
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Tell her.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh, I didn't think your people roamed that far north. clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Eventually, perhaps?
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
Investigate. I think I asked her all this? Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
I had all these options to flirt, and I don't know yet. I don't know who to flirt with. Just being friendly.
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the
77 people have to die first before she becomes
until they withdrew from the jungle.
ruler.
I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
My lord. You're Navarran royalty.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Is that why you left Navarra? So you're not on good terms?
You're not on very good terms with your family, then.
I do not visit, if that's what you mean. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarre. Once he was gone, so was I.
What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Aw. Okay. Tell me about Navarra. Did I already ask
You
this?
seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
And what about your parents?
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them.
Politics.
But spared my brother and I since we were family, and killed him at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitati who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Mortalitasi.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi.
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitati supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you work for the Divine.
So you were the right hand to the Divine.
The Divine Justinian, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
What is a right hand?
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Leliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
And you believed in her.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
And how did you become right hand?
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
That's how stories work.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral.
That's a lot of dragons.
For such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
And the truth is...
On a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral that I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful. What became of the mages?
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy gratitude. Many of them died at the conflict.
Aw. You're still a hero.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
Okay, that's all for now.
You get back to work.
Maybe we'll continue this. I like to think that he's a inquisitive guy. He's not very shy. He's very friendly.
Good day to you.
Kind of practical. I think I've already spoken to
You'll have what you need.
this guy. Look at him. He's so cute.
At your service.
Well, let's talk about you.
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Where are you from?
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then? Fereldan?
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
So you have a past.
I hear that many wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
Message heard. You weren't always a warden. Yeah, I mean, of course he wasn't always a warden.
What did you do before you became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to...
He's holding back, I think.
Orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a warden?
He's keeping something from us.
Becoming a Grey Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
Why'd you become a warden?
Why did you join the wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
Okay,
We can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well.
we'll do that. All right, I guess the only thing we could do now is go back to the hinterlands and go to Redcliffe. I feel like I cheated, but you know what? That's okay. Okay. Who am I bringing to Redcliffe? I'm going to bring Varric. I want to bring Blackwall. He's fun. I don't know if I want to bring Vivienne. She sounds like she'd be antagonistic. So let's bring Solus. Okay. We're good. We have... I'm controller is Solus, I think. Blackwall's our tank, and we have Derek, who is our DPS along with me. We're gonna ride Redcliffe. Okay. Where is the road to Redcliffe? I think it's this way, right? So go here.
To have commerce restored. I've many good
Yeah, I dealt with a lot of my inventory. Come here, horsey. Let's go. Is this the right way?
Yeah! Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, it is. Okay. I love having a horse. Oh my god. Very fun. I hope I don't run into any ghouls though. This way. Well, they let us through now. We tried to come here before, but they wouldn't let us through because we didn't have proof that we were who we said we were. So, which was a little bit annoying. Alright. Nothing new here.
Watch out, traveler. The veil's ripped open and Maker knows what could come out.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, this is what we're here for. Uh-oh. One second. Look over there. While Blackwall tanks. Pow. Uh-oh. Come on. One more over there. We close the ref. Yet these things remain. Okay.
What was that?
I think we could have skipped these things getting weirder, don't you?
Were they weird? Over here. Take a look over here. Okay. I think we've already been through here. Okay.
Maker have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
You gonna let us through now? Open the gates! Stamina amulet. Let me take a look at that. Stamina amulet. 10 max stamina. Stamina. Restriction warrior or rogue only. Maybe that is for... No. I'm gonna give this a Blackwall. Okay. Do you have any rings for you though? Anything new? I should have bought a ring for him. Oh well. I think we're good. Let's grab this embrium. We are looting everything. Oh gosh.
We've spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly.
Who's Magister Alexius?
Former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
A former Grand Enchanter. Are we in Redcliffe?
The Vale is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
We haven't been in Redcliffe, well, it hasn't been that long ago since the hero Fereldan did their stuff, so... Oh, I wonder if the layout is the same. Oh, there's a village. I want to take a look around.
Have you heard? The Inquisition dealt with the rebel Templars. They've been driven away or killed.
See? What did I tell you?
Okay. Nope. Okay. It's in here. The wheelhouse? No, I don't think you could open it, right? Can you open it? No. Alright.
Sounded like the dream she had before the magic took her.
Go. I don't want you in the middle of the war.
We're normal folk. We keep our head down. That much if I were a mage. My boy, no. Make her no.
This is really interesting. Bridge is out. I'm just taking a look. We haven't been here in a while, so we want to see how it is actualized. Like all the improvements here. You could really tell that this is well, that there's red cliffs in the area. Oh my god, look at those waterfalls.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Chantry will step in soon enough to put a stop to this foolishness, child. You'll see.
We should be getting more refugees.
Flame. Landmarks. The hero of Fereldan. We unlocked it. Fully reading that. Is that history? Emperor Florian. Is it history now? The hero of Fereldan stuff. The First Inquisition, the Maker. No, okay. Characters? Blackwall, Cassandra, Vivienne. Hero of Fereldan, there it is. The hero of Fereldan was born castless in the slums of Orzammar. She impersonated a man of warrior caste in Orzamar's provings, a crime punishable by death. However, the hero's showing in the arena impressed Grey Warden Commander Duncan so much that he recruited her before she could be executed. After defeating the Archdemon and ending the Fifth Blight, the hero of Fereldan took up the mantle of Warden Commander. She began the task of rebuilding the Order in Fereldan, serving with honor until her disappearance several years later. Her current whereabouts are unknown. Marion Hawk is gone too. I don't know where my past heroes are. I wish we knew. Like, even if they just, like, I don't know, died. Market? Hi.
There's something you need.
I just want to see what you got. Like the Dwarven Rock Crusher. Templar Shield. Ooh, I could buy this for Cassandra. What about you, Blackwall? What do you got? I think what you're wearing now is a little better. Slightly. claymore. Yeah, it does a little bit more DPS. 90 AoE damage, 5% attack. I don't know. I think I could hold out for a little bit longer with... Okay. Nothing for sale. Masterwork Hilted. Yeah, we're gonna buy this. Nothing else. Okay. Good to know. Let's come back here. I wish my companions had more comments about where we are and what's going on. Occasionally they talk to each other, but there's not a lot of banter.
Hid here behind the village walls and did nothing. What greetings.
I'm just taking a look. Ooh, what's here? Nah. What's in here? We're just gonna randomly walk in. Hinterland's healer. Hi.
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
You're low on herbs.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes. We've many injured from attacks by those cursed Templars. I need the herbs to treat people's wounds. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
And can you help the refugees?
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives. But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself.
Uh-oh.
I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Special. Solus?
Save yourself and all the villagers will remember is that you hid, even though they did the same. If you help the refugees, they may not love you, but they will hold their tongues before calling you knife here.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safer regardless.
Nice.
I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
Solus, you're so wise. Okay. Read the list. Alright, imagine she gave us a quest to find more healing. Or maybe we'll meet her at the...
May I help you?
I found your herbs. Oh, you did. Okay.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
This is exactly what I needed.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes, I need them to keep wounds from going bad.
Okay.
It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help. A pleasure to see you again.
I found your herbs.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
This is exactly what I needed.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
We're not going to keep doing that. Alright. We'll look around a little bit more. You haven't been in Redcliffe in quite some time. Oh, you know what? Actually, it has been, okay, 6-7 years? Yeah, about 7 years after the destruction of Lothering, according to the events of Dragon Age 2. So, I'm not exactly sure how long the events of Dragon Age Origins, how long they took place. I imagine a couple of years, so it might be about a decade or so since the fall of Ostagar. Gull and Lantern. Okay, this is where we need to go, but I want to look around a little bit more. The Gull and Lantern. Oh my gosh. I'm getting like... Only played it a couple of months ago, but I'm already nostalgic for all this. So fun. One-Eyed Jimmy, hi.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
Gonna be one of those escort quests, aren't they? What do you mean special?
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Okay. And what's the problem?
Your ram has gone missing.
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
Okay.
I'll speak with you later.
If you find my ram, please send him home.
Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna look around a little bit more and then we'll go into the tavern. But I just want to see what's up. So I do remember that there was docks. Can we go to the docks now? Because you weren't able to do that before. I think.
What did I tell you?
Thank you.
Oh, it's a dwarven bookseller. Oh, Templar greatsword? So these are weapon schematics, so... Keeper's staff, double-bearded axe, reinforced shield. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look. Reinforced shield, curved dagger, thick great sword grip. Okay, we'll take all this stuff. Sturdy defender coat. Okay. I don't know. I could buy it all, but I just don't know. I'm assuming we could come back here though. It won't be like Lothering and it'll just like all disappear. Excuse me? If I hear out the mages and I support the... but I decide to support the Templars, can I come back to Redcliffe?
Not your fault. Could have happened to any of us.
Don't mind me if I loot this.
Help. That's why people hate us. But just stop.
Amulet.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Connor? Oh, it's Connor.
Are you Connor?
You've heard the story, I guess. I can't believe King Alistair thought Redcliffe was the right place to send the mages. I mean, he grew up here. Did he think they would just forget what I did to them?
Tell me what you did.
You were behind the siege of Redcliffe 10 years ago.
That's me.
I was right about the timeline. It's a decade. It wasn't your fault. He was a kid. It wasn't his fault.
Weren't you possessed?
I imagine...
You who did those things.
Wasn't it? I let the demon in. Sometimes when I dream, I remember what happened. I see the death and destruction, and it's me. It's all me.
What happened to Arl Eamon?
Why isn't Arl Eamon in power anymore?
After the lands meet, he stayed in Denerim. I couldn't be his heir, not after what happened. So eventually he passed the title to Uncle Tegan.
Okay, that makes sense. So why did you join the rebels?
How did you end up in the Mage Rebellion?
I was living in the Fereldan Tower when the circles dissolved. I voted against it, but at first it seemed all right. No one was summoning demons. They just wanted to oversee themselves. But then the Magister came, and it's wrong what they do in Tevinter. We are monsters. We need to be controlled. If it wasn't for me, every family in this village wouldn't be missing a son, a daughter, a spouse.
You don't approve of Tevinter?
You're not in favor of the alliance with Tevinter.
Alliance? Is that what they're calling it? That Magister threw my uncle out into the street. He signed us into servitude.
Uh-oh.
This is my home. Redcliffe, Fereldan. No matter what evils I've done, I would never have invited Tevinter here.
Okay.
I need to be going.
Please, talk some sense into the Grand Enchanter. Selling out to the Imperium won't win us any friends. We have to find a way to make peace.
Yeah, he's young, and I imagine, oh man, Peregrine. I imagine him just a little bit older? Like, human equivalent. I don't know how old elves are. And their age relationship to humans, but I would imagine to be like mid-20s-ish. Okay. Anything over here that I could loot? Yeah, there is. Well, we're taking a look. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. God, I cannot get over this. I know I keep saying that, but it's so pretty. Screenshots. Okay. So pretty. Oh my god. I could cry. I love a good fantasy landscape. Love it.
Here, let me try.
Oh. You could finally open one of these doors. Not very conspicuous there, are you, Varric? Oh, you poke around a little bit?
So each ocularum is made from the skull of a Tranquil.
I had wondered what became of those poor souls when the circles collapsed. Now we know.
I figured they'd fled with the rebel mages. Poor bastards.
Oh man, really?
What had become of them when the mages rebelled? What a tragic waste.
What? What? That is horrific. Delirium, Oculara. A skull set upon a staff. These macabre artifacts cause magical shards in the area to glow with magical radiance when a viewer looks through the eyes of the skull. Alexius was quite clear in his orders. We must scour the countryside to find more of the shards. Without them, the Venatori cannot claim the treasure our master seeks. For that, we need the Oculara. Without them, the shards are nearly impossible to find, even if they are no longer cloaked by whatever magic hid them for all these centuries. There must be more Tranquil in the area. The rebels abandoned most of them when they fled their circles. Remember, the skull will only attune properly if the Tranquil is in close proximity to one of the shards, when the demon is forced to possess him. Even then, the blow must be delivered immediately. The Oculara produced from the Tranquil killed even minutes later failed to... The Oculara produced from Tranquil killed even minutes later failed to illuminate the shards when used. I trust you continue your efforts in this matter. Our master expects success. Oh. That is horrible. I don't like that at all. I feel bad for the Tranquil, though. That is a shitty way to be. Okay. Read that. Outdoor bookcase, that's always fun. Codex unlocked. The Carta? Okay. Well, you'll read that later. What's up here? Oh, that looks like their chantry. Reverend Mother Eglantine. I remember her.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I'll do my best.
I'm trying. I hope I don't disappoint.
I hope so too.
Do you support the mages?
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Should there be circles?
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
Are you alone here?
I don't see any other priests in the village. Where is everybody?
The Magister had the others escorted out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants. Until then, I tend to my flock.
Do you support this alliance?
What are your feelings on the mages working with Tevinter?
The Imperium burned Andraste. Since then, we have led 4 exalted marches against them. Yet in all those marches, they still acknowledged the Maker. Now I speak of him and the Magister's laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Maker speed you, my child.
Okay. Can we go into the chantry? And I wonder what we'll find in here. Oh my god. That's lovely. Codex unlocked, Circle of Magi. Okay. There's not much going on in here right now. Trying to remember back to the origins, how this place looked before. Pretty happy to be here. Okay. Alright, let's go to the tavern now.
Greetings, traveler.
God. Hold that for a second. I do. Is there any way that I could not be in... I need a photo mode. Pardon me.
Sure. I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
You invited me here. You just say that plain.
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
I'm certain it was you.
There is no mistake. While the Templars were leaving, you came to Val Royeaux and asked me here.
The Templars left Val Royeaux? Where did they go? That sounds... Why does that sound so strange? Whoever or
Did
whatever
you
brought you here,
forget?
the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
That was fast. You're ignoring the breach, he would say.
What about the giant hole in the veil that's spewing demons everywhere? You're just going to pretend it isn't there.
I am not forgetting the breach, but we can only fight one war at a time. The Templar threat was immediate. If we live, we can worry about the torn veil.
Oh shit.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Who's this?
Agents of the Inquisition. Allow me to introduce Magister Gereon Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And
Are you
are the survivor?
possessed by a demon too?
One from the Fade? Interesting.
Okay. Investigate. Tell me about this alliance.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
Fiona said she's indentured.
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
When did this happen?
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
What does Tevinter gain?
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the southern mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
Uh-oh. Where is the Arl?
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Uh-oh.
Left? An Arl would never voluntarily leave his seat.
You tell him, Blackwall.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
This is a long way from home.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am, though I have heard you are no Fereldan either. It seems we are both strangers here.
Oh, shit. Something's going on. He wiped her memory or something.
Felix, would you send for a scribe?
Or he's being
My manners. My son
mind controlled.
Friends. I'm not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
Then you'll help us.
Does that mean you'll lend your mages to our cause?
There will have to be.
Oh, Jesus.
Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
What's wrong with him?
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Oh.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Felix do that. His own son. Oh.
Ooh, it's very mysterious.
RS. Could be a trap. It's worth investigating.
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
Have you seen otherwise?
True enough.
I'm pleased to hear it.
This is the same bard. Clements. Hey.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
Escape his ire. Why does Alexius disapprove?
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're Tranquil.
You're one of the Tranquils.
Yes.
I couldn't tell, but...
For magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires.
Couldn't tell, but he does have the mark on his head.
See us.
What do you know of Redcliffe?
This village has a history with mages, doesn't it? Do you know the details?
During the last blight, the Arl of Redcliffe became ill. Not even the efforts of the Circle could save him. His young son, who was an undiscovered mage, made a deal with a demon to keep the Arl from death. The boy became an abomination. Through him, each night, the demon raised armies of corpses to assault the village. The hero of Fereldan defeated the demon and stopped the undead hordes from destroying Redcliffe.
Yeah, we did. When did the Tevinters arrive?
How long have Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius.
I think it's the first Teventer we've ever met.
2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes, he forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
What do you know of Redcliffe?
This village has a history with
wait.
mages, doesn't it? Do you know the details?
During the last, his young boy became the hero of Fereldan, defeated the demon and stopped the undead hordes from destroying Redcliffe.
Well, I should go.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not?
Yes.
I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
Yes, please join us.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Nice. Talwyn?
Inquisition, huh? I wish to Holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner.
Huh.
These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
You don't like Teventer?
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like
They're not like us.
Magic or no. I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with Magisters.
Well, tell me about yourself. What's decent folk to you?
Name's Talwyn, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hosberg. Lived my whole life there. Since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day. Quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
Aren't you with the rebellion?
If you were happy in the Circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the Circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose. I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
Well, tell me about the Alliance.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Okay, I should go.
Bye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Well, I'm interested. Let's meet Felix in the Chantry then. Hello. Nice. Oh, I can't get out there. Damn it. Okay. Pardon me, sir. What's up here? These are the rooms, right? Nice rooms. Wow, cool. Read this. The annulment of Daresmuid. Okay. Read that. Here's in the Alsmet. So some more stuff here. Okay. Codex stuff. Homework. Oh, there's somebody here. Hi. Don't mind me. We're just poking through everybody's rooms. Oh my god, I love this place. It looks so good. Okay. Alright, so we are to meet Felix right here in the chantry. Right. Okay. We were just in the chantry, but let's go to meet with Felix.
I see.
Who is
And how much did you need?
Alexius's son. Fate being sick, so he could get a chance to slip us a note.
You're from the Inquisition?
Hi.
I didn't think you'd still be here. Were you really looking to ally with us?
Yeah, mages should be free.
I want this war to end without sending you back to the Circle.
There has to be a way, right? We're not what they think. All blood mages and abominations. We just want to be normal. Have families. Use our magic to help grow crops or something. We never wanted war. What choice did we have? Stay and be slaves?
Sometimes to achieve the world one desires, one must take regrettable measures.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
Well, yeah, you obviously don't want to be enslaved. You don't like Tevinter.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision.
I was there when we voted to leave the Circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
Tell me about yourself.
You seem young to be part of this.
I'm Lisas. I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the Circle.
Yeah, city elf.
Even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing. I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the rest of my life.
When did the Magister come?
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
A day or two after. After the Conclave, he arrived. Come to save us from the wrath of the Templars, they said. But this doesn't feel like safety.
Well, be careful.
Take care of yourself. There's something strange going on.
I never thought the Grand Enchanter would swear to a Magister.
Rough. Okay. Let's pick this fruit. Okay. Well, let's go to the chantry. I have a bad feeling about this. Uh-oh.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Okay. Whatever you say, handsome man. All right. Anybody else? Anything else here? Whoa, what are going on there? I've seen this guy in the marketing.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Pavus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do? Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Where's Felix?
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Huh. Is something wrong with Felix?
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
So you're a Magister.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
But did you send the note?
Are you the one who sent that note, then?
I am. Someone had to warn you after all. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you.
Huh.
As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Distorted time itself. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys into a little secret here. I hate timey-wimey crap. Let's see how this works out, but I hope it's clever, at least. But I hate most time travel timelines because they're stupid. And yes, I had a big problem with the Avengers Endgame. I did. Okay. That's ridiculous, is my first instinct.
If there was a way to turn back time, the Dalish would have used it long ago.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
Do you have evidence?
I'd like more proof than magical time control, go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Felix.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves...
Supremacist is a bad word.
And I can tell
Venatori.
Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Oh, shit. Why does he want me?
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
And why are you telling me this?
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
How do we stop him?
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Ah, so this is how we meet Dorian. Okay, okay. Like I said, I know of him from the marketing. I imagine, okay, so I imagine a lot more people go the mage route instead of the Templar route Because I don't see... I have never heard of Cole before. I don't know, I'm gonna miss that guy. I hope we get to see him again, though. I hope he has the opportunity to join us, or we could interact with him some way or the other. He seems very interesting, and I really... That's the only thing that kind of makes me want to stay with the Templars, but we're gonna play this through. Still have the playthrough with the Templars if we want to get back to that. So... Everything is more or less the same. I just exploring different paths. Save scumming as you were.
Do we believe that both Alexius's son and apprentice are turning on him? It seems someone wants...
I am Sister Channel.
What?
May I help you? Make her watch over you.
You're with the Chantry.
Are you a Chantry sister?
A lay sister only. I work here to help the poor and extend the Maker's kindness to those who need it. It is very busy work, especially in these times, but let me know if I can ever help you.
I know you're a smuggler.
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corin.
Oh.
Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
Nothing. What's special? Varric?
What kind of cut are they giving you? Protection? I see a suspicious lack of guards. It looks to me like you've been cut loose. Maybe you should look for a new employer.
Are you serious? The high and mighty Inquisition needs smugglers?
Yes.
All right. I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
Well, was easy. Agent required.
I look forward to helping the Inquisition, as per our agreement.
Okay. Very good. Can I
Stay to you, my child.
anything new? I think that's it, yeah.
Make us speed you, my child.
Alright, let's...
Take...
In hush words. Approaching the mages at Redcliffe will require enough power to make a proper impression. Okay, interesting. So now we get to go to the wars table and figure out who we want to support. Okay, interesting. Seeing red. There's a quest over here. Let's take a look.
It's just what I heard.
Bindlemead. Widower.
Ah, Senna, my darling. For the first time in all these years, I fear I will not be visiting your ashes. What world is this? That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
I can take the flowers for you.
What if I took flowers to your wife's shrine for you?
I do not know what to say, except thank you. You were Dalish. My Senna and I, we kept to the old ways as we could. Though I know we are as children to you.
Aww.
Our shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the table stones. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Walk in peace.
Okay. Bindleweed.
All right. You want to do more to help? Let's join me. Can you refine leatherwork? I'm sure they can find some use for it. And the Inquisition.
They
Ah.
say a
desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor. The hero of Fereldan drove the demon away to save him. Make her be praised.
Hello. Tell me about Redcliffe Village.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
So do we. Okay, there's a fast travel point here. Nice. Good to know. I can't get in there until somebody levels up a... They're lock-picking, Varric. Okay. Can I do anything while we're here? There's a landmark that we picked up. We're in a lake. Yeah, the place is pretty surrounded on all sides by tall mountains, so I don't know if that goat got very far. Let's take a look around if we can, though. No worries, we'll head back to the war room soon. And this is the way to the castle, I believe. Let's take a look. Let's poke around. See where we're supposed to go from here. Nice. Redcliffe Windmill. Oh, I remember these. These ruins mark the spot where a windmill once overlooked Redcliffe Village. It was destroyed in the last days of the Blight when Darkspawn attacked the area and was never repaired. I remember this. There was this weird tree that I did not know what it was for. I think it had to do with Sten's quest, which I never did. Can I loot it now, though? Got a schematic out of that. Nice. Okay. Alright, boys, let's go. Okay. I guess let's go to... Honestly, don't know where to go from here. Haven. Pray that this works. Okay, that's promising so far. Black screen again. Okay, here we go. Woo! Oh, exclamation mark in this house.
So we have Tevinter activity in the hinterland.
By your side of death. Make me
You have anything new for us?
glory.
Nothing new? Okay, whatever. Pardon me, mages.
Your report on the Seeker Fortress was excellent. It gave us information we dearly needed.
Thank you.
There's Varric.
Need something?
Nothing new.
Carry on.
Dragonthorn. Codex unlocked. You know what? I should just unlock all these things so that whenever something new shows up, then I'll know exactly where it comes up. Lord Seeker Lucius Corin. Magister Gereon Alexius. I'm not sure why I'm using the Orlesian accent on him. Gereon Alexius. Solus. We're Tethers, Vivienne, Madame de Fer. Okay. Crafting materials, Blood Lotus. Creatures. So many creatures. Okay, very good. Groups. Chantry. Founding of the Chantry. Circa. Carta. Okay, magic. Valera Phylacteries, the Breach. Adlerium. The Lost Art of Veilfire. By Tar. Tales. Constellations. Pardon Hightown. Deep Roads. Fereldan. I wonder if we're gonna get a chance to see the Deep Roads again. I enjoyed my time in the Deep Roads. Valroyo, tutorials. Okay. What was it that we picked up? Codex updated. Forgotten what we picked up already. It's okay. I won't waste my time with that. I'll figure it out in time. Nothing here. Okay. So I guess we decide. We supporting the mages or we supporting the chantry? Hopefully our friends will be able to choose for us. I feel like I am naturally inclined to help to support the mages.
As there is but one world.
You have an idea, Vivienne?
Yes.
There is but one God.
Okay.
He is our maker.
Mother Giselle?
Drafts for you, revered mother.
I greet you.
Thank you.
I think we're okay here. Okay. I'm in the War Council. No more talking. Okay. Oh, that's right.
My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
So we could add one more potion slot, or we could increase in inventory capacity by 15, which I totally want to do. Okay. I'm locked out of everything else, so okay. Good to know, good to know. Wanted the extra bag space anyway. Okay, so we have some options here. I could do the Champion of the Just, help the Templars, or we could do in Hushed Whispers, help the mages. I think we're gonna go here because we've already done the Templar quest. The Redcliffe Castle and the mages who could close the breach are under control of the Magister Gereon Alexius, a Venatori cultist with an unhealthy interest in Lavellan and the power to reorder time itself. He has kindly invited Lavellan to the castle alone to negotiate. It's an obvious trap, but Leliana and her agents can infiltrate the castle and remove the Venatori threat while Alexius's attention is diverted. Dangerous game, but it's our best chance. Okay. Can I do this? Wait a minute. I could do this, but why can't I do it? I don't understand. Not giving me the option to accept something, or... I'm so confused. Why am I so confused all the time? Fereldan?
We'll post soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
Our best guess at safe, anyway.
We don't
Okay.
have the manpower to take the castle.
I was hitting the button. It wasn't working.
Find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
How nice of him.
Isn't that kind of him? What does Alexius say about me?
He's so complimentary that we are certain he wants to kill you.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Fereldan. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Fereldan would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister
has outplayed us.
Get the Templars. I don't think we should get the Templars. I don't think it's over.
The Magister's son, Felix, told me Alexius is in a cult that's obsessed with me. I doubt they'll graciously receive our apologies and go about their business.
They will remain a threat, and a powerful one, unless we act.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Contact the Arl?
Where is the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunrim to petition the Crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Fereldan army lays siege to his castle.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family.
Of course there is.
Too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
While they're focused on Lavellan, we break the Magister's defenses. It could work, but it's a huge risk.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
What are you wearing, buddy?
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along.
The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
I'm going. Especially with Dorian dressed like that. Why not? Yeah. Confirm. We're going. I feel bad about Cole, though. Okay. Dorian is locked in. So I don't know if we need another mage. He is a mage, yeah. So rogue. A lockpicking warrior. Oh my god, he is such a good tank. Or we could bring Cassandra. Bring who do I bring? Who do I bring? Who do I bring? Okay. Let's bring Cassandra. Okay. I love the artwork in this game so much. Cutscene.
Announce us.
The invitation was for Master Lavellan only. The rest of you must wait here.
They go where I go.
Where I go, they go.
I will eat you for lunch, boy. Let me in. Freaking Donnie Darko looking guards. This guy. Wow.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
Let's get to business.
Enough pleasantries. Shall we begin?
It's refreshing to meet someone so goal-oriented.
'Cause you're full of shit.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Tell me about the Venatori.
Actually, I hoped you could tell me about these Venatori I'm hearing so much about.
Now, where could you have heard that name?
I told him.
Oh.
Felix, what have you done?
Why are you really here?
You wanted me here. Why?
Do you know what you are? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
Well, what is the mark?
If you know so much, enlighten me. Tell me what this mark on my hand is for.
It belongs to your betters. You wouldn't even begin to understand its purpose.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
Who is the Elder One?
That's who you serve. The one who killed the Divine. Is he a mage?
Soon, he will become a god. He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the
Somebody's killing people in the background.
The Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this man's life.
Leliana's people.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
What is happening? Ugh.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
What? Oh.
Displacement. Interesting.
Displacement.
Probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Is that even possible? What? How far? Confused.
Did we go forward in time or back? And how far?
Those are excellent questions. We'll have to find out, won't we?
We're in Redcliffe.
Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
What was supposed to happen?
What was Alexius trying to do?
I believe his original plan was to remove you from time completely.
What?
If that happened, you would never have been at the Temple of Sacred Ashes or mangled his Elder One's plan. I think your surprise in the castle hall made him reckless. He tossed us into the rift before he was ready. I counted it. The magic went wild, and here we are. Make sense?
Not really.
It just seems so insane.
I don't even want to think about what this will do to the fabric of the world.
Yes.
He didn't travel through time so much as punch a hole through it and toss it into the privy. But don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you.
I bet you will. What about the others?
There were others in the hall. Could they have been drawn through the rift?
I doubt it was large enough to bring the whole room through. Alexius wouldn't risk catching himself or Felix in it. They're probably still where and when we left them. In some sense, anyway.
Do you know this Elder One?
Alexius mentioned an Elder One in the hall. Do you know who he was talking about?
Leader of the Venatori, I suspect. Some Magister aspiring to godhood. It's the same old tune. Let's play with magic we don't understand. It will make us incredibly powerful. Evidently, it doesn't matter if you rip apart the fabric of time in the process.
I hope you have a plan.
You have a plan to get us back, I hope.
I have some thoughts on that. They're lovely thoughts. Like little jewels.
Wow. Okay, I like this guy. Prison key, okay, helpful. Loot. Rated hatchet, belt of health. That might come in handy. More loot. Okay, so let's take a look at Dorian. Dorian the mage. He has... Shall we make him a winter mage? We don't really have one. Let's make him a winter mage. Okay, Fade Step is good. Winter Grasp. Mana Surge. Your barrier explodes into wild magic when enemies destroy it. The blast freezes all nearby enemies and allows you to cast your next spell without consuming mana. Okay, we'll take this. Winter Stillness. By standing still, you enter into a meditative state that restores your mana at an enhanced rate and reduces all cooldown times. Frost Mastery. Or... What's he wearing? Let me just take a look. Weapons. Igneous Staff. Okay. He is a fire mage. Armor. Enchanter coat. What was he wearing before? Ooh, nice. Enchanter coat. Apprentice male. Okay. Yeah, he was wearing this, wasn't he? The apprentice male. Okay. Accessories. Even the belt of health. Amulet of dexterity. Don't know what that could do for him, but we're gonna give that to him anyway. Okay. Character record, let's go back here and let's give you some fire damage. Immolate is always fun. Flashpoint. Flash fire. Yeah, let's give you all of these. You have mastered the summoning of fire, increasing the effectiveness when panicking or burning enemies. Clean burn, good for you. Chaotic focus, okay. One more point to spend. I think I want to give him barrier. Protective barrier is nice, okay. Alright. I think you're good. Let's go. Just like in the Templar version of this, we are going to check on everything if we can. Sure, there'll be a lot of annoying quests or puzzles. Discover at the upper cells. Take a look. Wow. Well, let's loot that. Spindleweed. 50 gold. Open this. I'm getting lost already. Okay. Fereldan Officer Longbow. Hey, what's up?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me. My tears are my sins, my sins, my sins. Andraste guide me, Andraste guide me.
What happened to you? Wait, I do know him.
Isas. Hello. Do you remember me?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me.
When was this? Is this in the future or in the past? Holy shit. I'm getting concerned. This, Summer Stone. Yeah, okay. Before we go that way, I just want to check back here to see if there's anything else that we missed. I don't know. I literally don't know. Ah, the music in this place is so beautiful. Lower cells. How about here? Loot. Soldier's nemesis. If only we were an archer.
Has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
Heavy warden armor. Is that good for us? Let's take a look. You know how I like looking fancy. Okay, so... Oh, this is for Blackwall for sure. Look at that. That looks freaking awesome. Okay. Reminder to put Blackwall in that outfit. So I can't go here, so yeah, I have to go back to where Lisa's was. I wonder what happened to him. Poor kid. Okay. At this point, though, struggling to remember our conversation, even though it wasn't... It was only, like, a few minutes ago, really. Shows how much I pay attention. Okay. Well, Lisa's is in the cave. Cage. Anybody in here? Okay. We go up. Oh shit. Oh shit. Looks deadly. Hi. Okay. Left or right, though? Guess we go this way. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I don't like it. So much Redcliffe around. Which way? Okay, there is a map. Good to know. Somebody's singing. Scout armor. Is it you singing? Find out what happens. Oh. Oh, Varric!
Andraste's sacred knickers. You're alive.
What are you doing here? Oh, he's...
Where were you? How did you escape?
He's drenched in red lyrium.
Alexius sent us into the future.
Future?
Everything that happens to you is weird.
What happened to you?
You don't look so good, Varric. What happened?
Bite your tongue. I look damn good for a dead man.
You're no more dead than we are.
The not dying version of this red lyrium stuff? Way worse. Just saying.
What?
We get to Alexius, and I just might be able to send us back to our own time. Simple, really.
That may not be as easy as you think. Alexius is just a servant. His Elder One assassinated the Empress and led a demon army in a huge invasion of the South. The Elder One rules everything. What's left of it, anyway. Alexius is really not the one you need to worry about.
Ooh, back up. Can you back up? Assassins and demons are bad.
Assassinations, invasions, and demon armies. I'm a little glad I missed all that.
Yeah, you lucked out there. You want to take on Alexius? I'm in. Let's go.
But you're all addicted to red lyrium. Or you're soaking in the red lyrium. What is going on with you? Oh my god. Okay, let's take a look. It doesn't want to tell me what's wrong with him. He's poisoned by this stuff. I don't know if I trust him necessarily. Okay. Let's go. Just for here. Okay. So... what's this? Okay, let's go the other side first before we do anything here. Maybe Cassandra will be in the other place? In prison here somewhere? Oh my god. Cassandra, are you here? I don't think so. Okay. Alright, so we just checked that out here. Alright. Go through here. We're going lower. Oh man, this place is creepy. Well, this, you can't go that way, so we'll go this way. Move this. Serpent stone. Oh, Fiona.
You're alive.
I don't.
I saw you disappear into the rift.
What happened to you?
I don't understand. What's happened to you?
Red lyrium. It's a disease.
Yes, it is.
The longer you're near it, eventually you become this. Then they mine your corpse for more.
Can you tell us the date? It's very important.
Harvest Mir. 942 Dragon.
That's 2 years.
942? Then we've missed an entire year.
We need to go back.
We have to get out of here. Go back in time.
Please, stop this from happening. Alexius serves the Elder One, more powerful than the Maker.
So you could turn into lyrium the more that you're exposed to it?
And lives.
I will do all I can.
I promise. I will do everything in my power to set things right.
Our only hope is to find the amulet that Alexius used to send us here. If it still exists, I can use it to reopen the rift at the exact spot we left. Maybe.
Good.
I said, maybe. It might also turn us into paste.
Yay, paste.
You must
magic paste.
Try. Your spy master, Leliana. She is here. Find her.
Okay, we will.
Quickly, before the Elder One learns you're here.
Well, this is very super interesting. Leliana, Cassandra, we have to look for her. Okay. We can't go that way, so let's go back this way. Man, this is creepy. I love it.
Lyrium is an infection. Maker, why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out?
Hold on, I want to take a look at what's going on with Fiona. Oh, so her body is just being turned into red lyrium. The more that... So just totally... I mean, how is she not dead already? That's a significant part of her that is... Yeah, that is a significant part of her that has been, turned. Okay. Hold up. So... Can we go this way? Okay. Find... Open this. Go down. Ooh, so much Redlyrium. Look around. Getting lost a little bit here. Okay. Oh boy. Heavy adventure armor? I hope this is not Leliana. Okay, so we can't get out this way, so... Go here? Hello?
I lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water.
Sandra? Are you okay?
You've returned to us. Can it be? Has Andraste given us another chance?
I feel like her hair would have grown by now.
I failed you. I failed everyone. The end must truly be upon us if the dead return to life.
I didn't die.
I'm not back from the dead, Cassandra. I just got... Well, this is hard to explain.
I was there. The Magister obliterated you with a gesture.
Alexius sent us forward in time. If we find him, we may be able to return to the present.
Go back in time. Then, can you make it so that none of this ever took place?
That's what Dorian says.
If Dorian is right and can actually reverse the spell, then yes.
Were you lingering here for a year?
Andraste, please let that be true. Alexius locked himself in the throne room. That is where we'll find him.
Or is this just some weird kind of fever dream like what happened with the Templars? We still need to find Leliana? Okay. Okay, find Leliana. Find Leliana, alright. Upper cells. Oh! This is different. Hi! And then your turn.
Andraste, have mercy on their souls.
Well, the gang's all back together. What could go wrong now?
What, like, I mean, I love that they've been in jail for almost a year, I'm assuming. And they've been marinating in red lyrium and they still could fight. Okay, sorry. Cassandra did level, so we are going to continue with weapon and shield for her. Lunge and slash was always fun, so we are going to give her that. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Go. Let's go. Find Leliana.
Take a look around. See if there's anything we can use.
Praise his name who has risen from the darkness. Praise his name who has striven for the light. Praise his name who has walked in Golden City. Praise his name. The old gods are no more. The maker never was. The new god is among us. Praise his name. Is this the elder god stuff? Oh boy. I love it. Loving it. Loving it. Okay. This is very creepy. It better not be Leliana. I'd be very unhappy. Supplies replenished. Good, good. I don't think we needed to, but... Discover the torture chambers. Oh no. I don't like this. Oh boy, I don't like this. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, this is so gross. I think we're...
The Elder One has taken all that is his and will soon rule from his city.
Hold on. Okay, I think...
That still doesn't make him a god.
There is no god but the Elder One. The Maker is dead. Say it.
Never.
What's this?
I'll die a good Andrastian before living a second.
Who's being interrogated? Uh-oh.
I'm surprised they left her alive this long. Poor woman.
Oh, they killed her. Okay. What did we get? Templar shield. Witch ice staff. Bleeder of souls. What is this? A unique dagger. Rogue only. Soldier's nemesis. Okay. Brilliant staff. What are you wearing, Dorian? Dorian is... Witch ice? Cold damage. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep you on fire for a bit. Oh, sorry. Not done. Wanted to check out the armor too. Archer's helmet. Looks so good. Willpower, huh? Spirit resistance, huh? Heavy adventure armor? No, I think she's fine. You're wearing this right now. Could give you no, I think you're fine here for now. Has more stats. You don't have any items here. Okay. We need to give you jewelry. Alright, let's go. So, actually, before I do anything here, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go into Cassandra's tactics quickly. Behaviors, rather. Targeting behavior. Defend. Yes, okay. Oh my god, I hope...
How Lavellan knew of the sacrifice at the temple.
Never.
But she's alive. But for how long?
You will break.
I will die first. Or you will.
After being tortured for that long? She could still break somebody's neck with her thighs. It'll be all right.
You're safe now.
Forget safe. If you came back from the dead, you need to do better than safe. You need to end this. Do you have weapons? Good. The Magister's probably in his chambers.
You aren't curious how we got here?
No.
Alexius sent us into the future. This, his victory, his Elder One, it was never meant to be.
This isn't real.
If we get back to the present and stop Alexius, then you'll never have to go through this.
And mages always wonder why people fear them. No one should have this power.
It's dangerous and unpredictable. Before the breach, nothing we did.
Enough. This is all pretend to you. Some future you hope will never exist.
I suffered. The whole world suffered. It was real.
Doesn't Cassandra have anything to say about...
While we were away.
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
You okay, Varric? Oh my god, Leliana's all messed up. Tortured and probably a little bit crazy. Can't blame her. Not sure what happened to her. Oh boy, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Why is all this stuff under Redcliffe? I don't remember any of this.
We need to find Alexius. I'm sure he'll be in the nicer part of the castle.
Oh shit.
There is one.
No, that didn't work. Okay, loot this. Oh! We good? Is there any... Oh! Let's close that rift. Alright, oh, hold it down. Man, this is crazy. Okay, we discovered the docks. Alright. I think this is all we need to do. Hold up. Making sure everything has been discovered? I think so. Okay. So we don't think we could come back here. This is the future after all.
The Magister needs more power for his rituals.
No! Don't hurt me, Linnea. You...
Oh, shit.
Alexius can't have wanted this.
Maybe he isn't Alexius. Maybe he's like the other guy, just possessed by some kind of demon. Alright, let's rear supply. Loot. Baelish toy soldier. Oh man. This is crazy. Okay, 1 second. Wow. All right. Discovered a courtyard.
The breach! It's everywhere.
The Elder One and his venom.
Oh.
They are the ones.
Anybody else? Okay. Oh. Okay. The music is getting crazier. Oh my god. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. What was that? Right. Right. I'm just taking a look around here. And apparently everybody wants to follow me. Okay, so let's keep going. Oops, sorry. One second while I adjust things here. Okay. Okay, we're good now. Oops. Look around a little bit. Okay. What's up here? Gonna go through here. Ooh, whispering. Sound effects. Let's go this way. Looks like these are bedrooms, okay. Personal locket. Alexius's journal. This appears to be Alexius's journal. This is the final entry. Nothing works. I've tried countless times to go back before the Conclave explosion, before Felix's caravan was attacked by Darkspawn, before the Venatori first arrived in Minrathous, without success. The breach is the wellspring that makes this magic possible, and travel outside of its timeline is impossible. The Elder Ones demand that I change the events of the Conclave. The Elder Ones demand that I change the events of the Conclave can never be fulfilled. He may kill me for failing him, but I must protect Felix from his wrath. Oh, boy. Okay.
No!
What? What happened? Connor?
Connor! It was an act of courage.
What?
He knew there was no other way to resist. He resisted that demon to the last.
Where? I don't see Connor's body. Spellbinder's journal. With every failed time spell, the Magister grows a bit more paranoid. Or perhaps it's not paranoia, since the Elder One really will kill him for his failures. The distinction hardly matters. After the 10th failure, he began locking himself in the Great Hall during his waking hours. After the 20th, he had the foot soldiers excavate a shard doorway from parts unknown and painstakingly install it in the castle. Now his most trusted assistants can only see him if we all go at once, together, which we must do twice a day to bring him his meals, as he never leaves that room at all. We screamed no as soon as we walked into this room. Contra coat. Okay. Okay, let's see what we picked up, first of all. I'm just curious. Contra coat. Cunning, rogue only, okay. Can you wear it, Varric? Warden Scout armor. What are you wearing right now? You're wearing this. I can't see how it looks. Let's equip it. Looks pretty hardcore, but I don't think he would wear that. Okay, well, we'll keep him on the reinforced scout armor. If only because it has stats, I think. Okay. Why did we yell no? Oh, this is the same room. Okay. Did I miss something? There's a bear here? Oh, oh. Yeah, why did we yell no when we went into that room? I really want to know, actually. Did we miss, like, a body that... Was there a note about Connor? Because I don't see anything. Oh, that's so annoying. I hate missing stuff, though. Okay. Alright, let's go here. Okay, everybody... Just take your medicine because we could replenish here, it looks like.
What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.
Circle of the Magi banner. I really wish I knew what happened to Connor. I'm assuming that it's these bodies here. Did I miss something? I really want to know. Okay. Let me take a look at the codex first of all. Nothing new. Okay. What was that? Oh, just a brazier. Okay. So I'm gonna assume the Connor yell was a bug. Though in this timeline, it sounds like everything went to shit, so... Like, of course... The worst happened to Connor. Okay. Okay. Is this a rift? Oh man. Why are some rifts? Nope. Okay, now we could close it. Oh boy. Alright. Give me a second.
This is the way to the main hall. Alexius will likely be there.
What in Andraste's name is that? Hold on to it. I want to look at it later.
Okay. If there is a later. Loot that. That might. Okay. I don't think we hit... Let's go to that open door, or that door that we were able to enter. That we're able to open. Okay, supply cache. Alright. Supplies replenished. Upper Royal Wing. What is this place? Oh boy.
Take out that enchanter quickly.
Where? Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Divinatory Spellbinder. Oh, okay. All right. That's on you. Long shot. Okay. Go. You? Can you? No, you can't. Okay.
go for some light reading.
Are we good? Okay. Oh man, you. Okay. More the Samite stuff. Loot that. Red lyrium shard. More of that. More Samite. Wow. Okay. Triangular chest here. Belt of electric resistance. Okay. Feel like somebody needs that. I feel like Cassandra doesn't have any accessories, so I'll give her that. And I'm gonna give you this. Okay. Oh man, you're still wearing that. Okay, no, you have to wear this. Okay. Anything else in here? No. Okay, let's go. Red lyrium shards found.
What happened here?
Venatory decorating at its finest.
Nope. Can't get through here. Oh boy, okay, there's a lot in that room. Oh, yeah.
They haven't seen us. We could take them by surprise.
Okay, let's go. Let's see. Hold position. Okay. Tactics. Okay. Select this guy. And we want to do this attack. No, this attack. That's fine. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Kill the enchanter!
Nice.
May Andraste have mercy on your souls. No one else.
Oh boy, okay. Red lyrium shard. There's 3 out of 5 here so far. Very good. Is this a door? Yes, it is. Oh boy, okay. Go. Stop taking damage, guys. Ah! What? I hate fighting in doorways. Move. Okay. Grab whatever this is. Firm round pommel. Okay. Grab this. More samite. Studies on the blight. Okay. One second. Red lyrium shard. 4 out of 5. Ooh, what's this? Okay. Curved dagger schematic. Not bad.
Here, let me try.
Okay, you try. Always bring a rogue to these things. Oh, this just brings us back out. Okay. Alright, let's go here. Okay. So this is... Alright. Oh, look at all this red lyrium. Read this. Schematic Masterwork Wave Blade. Fun. Okay. Fennec fur, we'll take it. Excuse me, sir?
How much damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rifts tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
Okay, supply cache. Good, good, good. I'm gonna throw down a save. This is very interesting, by the way. I didn't think that it would get more interesting than the Templars. But this is super interesting. I don't hate this. This may be my canon run. Okay. Okay, let's not go up there yet. Actually, who am I kidding? This will probably, most likely, 99% be my canon run. I think as a Dalish, helping the mages out makes a lot of sense, and this is super interesting. Like, freeing the Templars from the clutches of the Red Lyrium is also helpful too, but you know what? They could figure it out. Alright. I think we're good. You ready? Ready, guys? Alright, folks, let's go.
Maker's breath. Where did Alexius find this?
Oh no, we have one more lyrium.
Did he even move it here?
I need one more red lyrium. Okay, let's go there first.
Open it. Perhaps. But it looks quite strong. How desperate and paranoid must he be? His servants must have a way through. He has to eat. Let's look around.
Well, we do need lyrium. Okay, so there's some more people here. Ha!
Block the stairs!
Venatory severance package stinks.
Oh my god, you're still making jokes. Alright, let's Delirium shard.
Head back to the main hall. I think I know how we'll open that door.
Yep. We need the red lyrium. Ooh, okay. But let's examine this room first. Game is crazy. Rugged longbow, brilliant staff. Okay. Oh boy. All the sounds in the background too is very, very scary. Very scary. Dark old castle that's haunted, covered in red lyrium. Playing with your mind. Of course. Okay. Here we go. Well, Felix is alive. How could you do all this?
Look at what you've done, Alexius. All this suffering. And for what?
For my country, for my son. But it means nothing now. I knew you would appear again. Not that it would be now, but I knew I hadn't destroyed you. My final failure.
Was it worth it? Everything you did to the world, to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait for the end.
The end?
What do you mean? What's ending?
The irony that you should appear now of all the possibilities. All that I fought for, all that I betrayed, and what have I wrought? Ruin and death, that is nothing else. The Elder One comes for me, for you, for us all.
Uh-oh.
Felix.
That's Felix. Maker's breath, Alexius, what have you done?
He would have died, Dorian. I saved him.
By what? Turning him into a zombie?
Hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
Release him, Leliana? Or give us the amulet?
Hand over the amulet and we let him go.
Let him go and I swear you'll get what you want.
I want the world back.
No.
Leliana's been hardened by this world. That wasn't helping, dear. What the actual...
The world for Felix. You will not take him from me.
Okay. No?
So much for the mighty.
Might be doing okay.
Where are your assassins this time?
Oh boy. No. God damn it. No? Oh. Fade. Ripped. How could I not see it? It's like right there. Uh-oh.
Tell me again. Are you gonna seal the breach?
Okay. Come on, let's go. No, it didn't work. Burning. Oh boy. Disrupt the rift. Oh boy, this guy. Close that shit. Why do I try? It never works.
Your death will be my apology! Tell me again how you're gonna seal the breach!
I don't know.
Time's up.
Time's up, he says.
He died, didn't he? All those lies he told himself, the justifications. He lost Felix long ago. Didn't even notice. Oh, Alexius.
Can we still help him? It must be hard for you.
I know you cared for him.
Once he was a man to whom I compared all others. Sad, isn't it? This is the same amulet he used before. I think it's the same one we made in Minrathous. That's a relief. Give me an hour to work out the spell he used, and I should be able to reopen the rift.
An hour? That's impossible! You must go now!
What's wrong with Leliana?
The Elder One.
You'll have to hurry. This is bad.
What is happening? Why? They looked at each other?
The main door. Once they break through, it's all you, Nightingale.
Isn't there another way?
I can't let you kill yourself for me. There must be another way.
Look at us. We're already dead. The only way we live is if this day never comes.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense.
Spell. You have as much time as I have hours.
Oh my god. Oh. Timey-wimey crap. I hate it.
Though darkness closes, I am shielded by flame.
Jesus Christ.
Rusty, guide me. Maker, take me to your side.
You move, and we all die!
You don't have to look at that. Okay.
You'll have to do better than that.
You must surrender.
Put aside all claim to Redcliffe, and we let you live.
You won. There is no point extending this charade. Felix.
It's going to be all right, Father.
You'll die.
Everyone dies.
Ah. That was a bleak look at the future.
Well,
what will happen when the Elder One wins?
not?
Grand Enchanter, imagine how surprised I was to learn you'd given Redcliffe Castle away to a Tevinter Magister.
King Alistair.
Especially since I'm fairly sure Redcliffe belongs to Arl Tegan.
Your Majesty, we never intended...
Nice.
I know what you intended. I wanted to help you. But you've made it impossible.
Do we help
You
her?
and your followers are no longer welcome in Fereldan.
No.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
We could offer you protection. We could offer you protection.
The Inquisition might be willing to take in the mages.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
I suggest
Alistair.
conscripting them. They've proven what they'll do given too much freedom.
I've known a lot of mages. They can be loyal friends if you let them. Friends who make bad decisions, but still loyal.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
I don't want to take them as prisoners. It's not their fault. You're our allies.
We would be honored to have you fight as allies at the Inquisition's...
Solus greatly approves.
We'll discuss this.
I'll pray that the rest of the Inquisition honors your promise then.
The breach threatens all of Thedas. We cannot afford to be divided now. We can't fight it without you. Any chance of success requires your full support.
I'd take that offer if I were you. One way or another, you're leaving my kingdom.
We accept. It would be madness not to. I will gather my people and ready them for the journey to Haven. The breach will be closed. You will not regret giving us this chance.
Okay. Wow. That was cool. Do we have a chance to talk to King Alistair? That was kind of a badass entrance, though.
It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
We need their cooperation.
We need them to close the breach. It's not going to work if we make enemies of them.
I know we need them for the breach, but they could do as much damage as the demons themselves. You were there, Seeker. Why didn't you intervene?
While I may not completely agree with the decision, I support it.
There you go. She supports
The
it.
sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
I saw what's at stake.
I got a taste of the consequences if we fail. Let's make sure we don't.
We will not fail.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
I'll be there.
Of course.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
Well, I'm glad you're staying.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with. future or present.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
Well, that was the mage's story. I think this will be canon. That was a lot more interesting than the Templars story.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin.
And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement.
The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them it is a necessary one as well.
Okay, Mother Giselle?
I understand you were instrumental in garnering the assistance of the rebel mages. It is well done. And I pray this Inquisition fares better than the Chantry in its handling of magic.
You disagree with the Chantry.
You disapprove of something the Chantry did. Are you allowed to do that?
That largely depends upon one's company. While surrounded by those declared heretics already, I am safe enough. In some ways, Andraste had the simpler task. Magic should serve man, and not rule over him. That tells us what should be, but it does not tell us how to get there. So many times the methods of men have undone the spirit of their goals. Once you have sealed the breach, we shall see whether this Inquisition is truer to the Chantry, or its own namesake.
How are the people?
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
How are the people at Haven?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
You did well to gain the mages to your cause. The people have hope that the breach may be sealed. Some of them are returning to the lives they fled. Others are starting fresh. In either case, they no longer believe the world as they know it is ending.
How are people elsewhere?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Fereldan.
Okay.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Josephine?
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who was she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corbin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power, instead of comforting the masses.
It's been this way for years.
Mage circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevara, Fereldan, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
You make it sound so easy.
So if everyone listens to the chant, things will be smooth as silk.
I did say commonality is merely a beginning, but it's an important one. We must learn to think beyond our own wants, to secure peace in Thedas.
You sound too good to be true. That's an ambitious notion.
Planning to steer the history of the world, Ambassador Montillier?
I believe the Inquisition is already charting that course. Which brings me to a question, if you have a moment. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
I don't claim to be holy.
I'd tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
I think that might make things a little bit difficult in the future, especially if we're going to deal with the Chantry.
More healing drafts for you, revered mother. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. I think, let's talk to Vivienne and see what she has to say.
If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we need to be prepared. Abominations are inevitable. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
Good idea?
The last thing we need are abominations running amok.
I knew you would have a proper grasp of the situation. I'll have a word with Cullen. We are reliant on his people, absolutely. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the breach. Until it is closed, no one is safe.
You don't trust mages.
You have a low opinion of your fellow mages?
It's not so much an opinion as grasping the obvious. Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
The Dalish don't have Templars.
The Dalish get along just fine without Templars or Circle Towers.
As I understand it, the elves limit their risk by refusing to have more than 3 mages in a clan.
We've had this conversation
Tell
before.
me, what becomes of the Dalish youngster who is not appointed first or second?
They're sent to other clans.
If a clan can't raise the mage, they're sent to another that's in need of a first or second.
And if there are no clans in need of a new apprentice? For those who value survival, sentimentality is not an option. Tell me something. As you will no doubt have a hand in shaping it, what future do you see for mages?
Mages should be free.
Mages should be treated like any...
Vivienne greatly disapproves.
How free did you feel living on the run, never straying too close to villages or staying in one place too long? Paint the cage any color you like. It is still a cage. It's something to consider, my dear.
Uh-huh. Alright. I'm really curious if Alistair is still there in Redcliffe.
Make a watch over you.
Maybe we'll take a trip and see. Do I have any requisition stuff that I could take a look at? I do not. Okay.
When they're ready, piss off.
Alright, let me take a look here. What's this? In your heart shall burn. With the Inquisition's hard-won allies, it's time to march on the breach and close it. Meet in the war room when we're ready. Closing the breach already. I'm sure that'll go just as planned, right? Right? Probably will not get to that tonight, but let's talk to Solus. Hello, Solus.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Dorian is certain.
Dorian was sure, impossible as it seems.
Solus slightly disapproves.
Amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed.
Why did you disapprove? I saw you there? Did we?
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Huh. Well, I didn't see Solus there, so... Open this. Upgrade potions. I have none of that. Okay. Equip potions. Replenish that. Replenish that. Replenish that. Dorian should have Valerian, yeah. Varric, I want you to have Cremate. Sure.
Just right.
Okay.
That should do for you.
All right, let's look around, just see if anything else has changed here. Hi, Dorian. There you are, hanging out in a weird alley.
What's next? Elves running Hallamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
You disagree.
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
So long as they're like you. Oh man, who do I flirt with? Is that so terrible?
What would be wrong with that exactly?
Nothing, at first. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed, by inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
Backwards. Have you seen Alexius?
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
I am not a big fan of capital punishment. Well, let's get to know you.
So I take it you're Dalish? Is that the correct word here?
It is, yes.
Yes, that's right.
We don't have Dalish clans coming northward, for obvious reasons.
You enslave them, don't you?
I've never met one of your people before, although I've heard about them. Little. I hope this won't be an issue between us. I am here to help you deal with the Venatori, after all.
I appreciate your help.
And I appreciate your help, Dorian.
Excellent. Mutual appreciation is a grand way to begin.
Well, tell me about yourself.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
If you say so.
You certainly think highly of yourself.
It's true. I could be more modest, but I'd be lying. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Pavus, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Your family is angry with you. Careful breeding?
What do you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Pavus the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Your family is angry with you.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium.
Sounds boring.
And thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see.
You don't like Deventer.
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
Be interesting to learn more about Deventer. But why do you care?
It just seems so much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Deventer is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Well, why not go back?
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Deventer?
I'm not exactly welcome back home.
As he explained.
Matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Deventer here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
Well, that's enough for now.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
That's enough for now.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me.
Aw, man. Who to romance, who to romance? Or do we romance anybody at all?
The charm tree isn't supporting us.
I told you.
I think there's some more companions that we should pick up too, so... But I don't know, Oh, Varric, do you have anything to say about the situation?
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad.
All bad.
But Red Lyrium and Fereldan, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my Red Lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How fast does it spread?
How long does it take for Red Lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
Huh. Well, we need to eliminate it.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm gonna catch my breath. That's what I said last time.
I was planning to put my feet up. Maybe grab a nap. You?
Whatever I do, it'll be as far from Cassandra as I can get. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Oh boy. It's too bad you can't do like platonic friendships.
We'll need some of your clothes for bandages.
And how much? Greetings.
How's the mood here?
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies. What it's worth.
Okay.
Until later.
Stay safe.
Alright, Barbarian Mall. Okay. I will do the inventory stuff off screen, off camera. This thing is still special shipments, but doesn't give me anything. Don't know what's up with that. Okay. I'm gonna do the blacksmithing too off camera, but I want to see where Fiona is.
You've seen enough pieces to have some idea of the size of the game we're playing.
Yes, and I'm sorry. You understand.
Okay. Where is Fiona? This is where Solus and Dorian are.
Blackwall. Seems to be a...
He'll be an asset if we have to fight Darkspawn at least.
Don't be
Did you hear the news?
Grey Wardens can kill anything.
Okay, where is... I think that's it? Maybe go here. I mean, I don't think they're in the... There's Cullen and Cassandra. Solus, Dorian. Vivienne is in here. Leliana's here. Oh, I don't think we've ever spoken to Leliana. Hold on, let's go talk to her. Huh.
The Inquisition chose to side with a mage.
There you are.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the
I don't think we could...
the lights in the shadow.
I don't think we could romance Leliana.
Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's Prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
Game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I can't speak for Andraste.
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
You could blame her killers.
Maybe you should be angry at the people who murdered her.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he?
Oh, is Leliana losing our faith?
I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm not really the best person to talk to. Doesn't the Chantry have people for this?
So I should let a priest comfort me?
No, you need a
No, this
counselor,
is my burden.
therapist.
I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
Oh, she won't let me talk to her again. Okay. Interesting. Where is Fiona, though? There's Blackwall. Solus, Dorian. Josephine is here. We've spoken to her already. Vivienne. Leliana. Varric. Oh, they might be at the rift. Okay. Last person, let's speak to Blackwall.
Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Do not interfere at all.
It will be done.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Trust me. Everything I do is to protect our interests. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Leliana's hardcore. What happened to the bar that we used to know? I wonder if she'll still sing for us. Oh my god.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay. We need to speak to Blackwall, and I think that will cover everybody we need to speak to. And then we need to branch out maybe and gather more companions. Do other stuff. I don't know. There's quite a bit. Oh, wait. No. Let's talk to Cullen.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
And give the mages a chance.
I know you're worried about having the mages here. Give them a chance to prove themselves.
I'm not questioning their ability or their intentions, but we cannot ignore the risks. I will not endanger the alliance you've created. We need their help. Any precautions taken will be to ensure the safety of our people and the mages themselves. Nothing more.
Oh, we could still flirt with him. Okay. Alright.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
How's working with Josephine?
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me.
Her job.
But I enjoy working with her.
What do you think of Leliana?
How do you like working with Leliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Leliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Tell me about our soldiers.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our numbers are small, but they suit our needs for the time being. Some Templars have joined us instead of following the Order. They've proven invaluable in training new recruits.
Maybe we helped the Templars we liked after all.
I should let you get back to work.
Cassandra?
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it.
Whoa, angle. Why was that guy so pissy?
It never ends, evidently.
Is there a problem?
Is there an issue with the mages? Can I help?
The mages are here as
so good.
They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
You're blaming me.
You would have done differently, I suppose.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
Flatterer. You got us here.
We wouldn't be here at all if you hadn't stood up against the Chantry.
You're being kind.
You're discounting your role in this.
Let's close the breach. Then we can say how successful I was.
Man. Who do I romance? I don't know. I will consider it. Okay, now to Blackwall. get the Grey Warden's opinion. Oh, I also need to equip him with this new armor that we picked up, which I feel like is tailored just for him. Blackwall. Yeah, exactly. Heavy Warden armor. Looks better too. Equipped by Blackwall. Okay. But he's in his civvies right now, so... Hi.
There was never going to be an easy answer to the mage dilemma. What you did for the mages took courage. You gave them a chance. Everyone deserves one.
Okay. Alright.
Master Sren, the new
I think that's good. Anyway.
Her recruits have learned which end to hold.
Let's get away from the talking people. Ooh, iron. Oh man, there's a breach. Okay. So as much as I would like to keep playing, I don't think, unfortunately, I won't have the time to do it tonight, but we will continue to do this, maybe tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see how it goes, because Mondays are typically pretty busy for me. But I would like to continue playing because I want to know what happens next. But we do have a lot of stuff to do. I think we need to prep a little bit more. We have a few more companions I know that we could recruit. I know there's at least one, the Iron Bull guy, that has asked to be an Inquisitor, so we need to go meet with him. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I wanted to check out too. I was looking at the War Room map. I noticed the Black Emporium and just stuff going on in Kirkwall as well. So we'll see where the story goes, because I have a feeling if we go to the breach right now and attempt to seal it, I don't think it's going to work. I think things, I mean, it could. I mean, we could go to the breach right now, have a big fight, and just like, yay, it's over, the breach is sealed. But I bet you it doesn't work that easily. Okay. So anyway, I will take care of that in our next episode. But off camera, I will probably do a little bit of work here, just on my inventory stuff and everything, so I don't have to spend time doing it on stream. Anyway, thank you so much. This will be, of course, on YouTube very soon, I hope. So check me out there. I'm Ella Plays there. And have a good one. Cheers. Bye.